and we want to discuss about these issues of habit. Normally we have very bad habits. The habits we have, we struggle daily with our habits. Everybody has his own habits. Some of us have habit of not having self-control when it comes to food, or some have a bad habit of undesirable habit of dealing with money. Some, when they have the money, they can't even sleep before they spend all the money. Some have bad habits of attitude. How do you manage all of those attitudes? Maybe it's you to assess your life and see an habit which you are having a problem. Many people try every day that they want to either stop smoking, they want to stop drinking, or they want to change their life, their bad behaviors, which I think they feel like they are not right. But they keep falling. So, one thing you have to know, you are not the only one who's having those problems. But here we want to discuss how to get rid of those bad and undesirable habits. Normally, people have intentions, and that's why churches are there. Some people get converted, they listen to the preacher, they say they want to turn and live their life, then they get baptized, and after a few days, they fall back again to the same issues they had before. Why would that be possible? That after a short while, you go back to the same bad habits. People get excited when they say they ask you for forgiveness for a undesirable behavior they have, and then they go back. I recently, somebody shared with me how he wanted to turn around his life and leave the bad behaviors and then be a good person. And then he went to church and he submitted himself to be baptized. But actually, as he was on the line to get baptized, he again got tempted. Uh, when he saw another lady who was also going to be baptized, they were together, and thereafter, what happened is that he fought back again. So at times, Ralph Emerson said that not in his goals, but in his transitions, man is great. You can only succeed if you know how to manage your transitions. Transitions are very hard to manage. Like when you reach a transition, like at that time you want to change your life, to turn a leaf, that's when actually a great challenge occurs. When people decide that they want to do good, they want to change their bad behaviors, they mean it. But what becomes hard is now when they are on that transition of changing. You are changing from a bad behavior to a good behavior. According to the bridge transition model, uh, it clearly depicts how we go through transitions, like the ending, the transition of ending. That is, now you have decided you want to end the bad behavior. If it was overindulgence in excessive eating excessive food, or you have overindulgence of alcohol or any bad behavior, then you say, I want it to end. Then you come into a transition. This is a transition now, which is a depression, for you to go up and start a new beginning. And now in this transition, that's where actually is going to determine whether you're going back to your old habit or whether you are starting a new life. So with that transition, every man goes through that when he's trying to change. And if you manage that transition very well, then you are off for greater things. That's true. Now, giving an example on this transition model, let's go back and talk about the story of the prodigal son. There's a parable of the prodigal son. What happened to the prodigal son? He said, I'm tired to work for my dad, and I want to have my wealthy and go away. So the father gave him everything. So what did he do? He put the things on the horse with all the money, and there he goes. He went to go and enjoy the life. He did go and enjoy the life he wanted. That's a prodigal son now. He has all his things, and then now he moves away and goes to enjoy his life. Wherever he went, what happened is that he went and squandered all of the things he was given. Yeah. So when he did go and enjoy his life, wherever he went, when he finished, he had to come back. He came back. Before he came back, he had all the merry. That time he was doing all the bad behaviors. And all of the money got squandered. He didn't have anything. He was hungry. He was desperate, but he had all this pride. So he had to get employment, and he got an employment as a swan herder. That's the job he got. So as he was dealing with that, the job as a swan hunter, then the serious thoughts came to him. That was now a man on the transition. He was eating. He was so hungry that he was eating the swan's food. Then he pondered seriously that the food I'm eating is so bad that even if I go back to my father, at least I will work as a servant. Even the servants were eating better food. That's the transition. That's when he came to the transition. He said, I will go, and I'm not going back as a son, but I'm going back as a servant. That's now how he managed the transition. And now he managed transition to go home. See, the first picture, that's how he wanted to go home, ask his father for forgiveness, and then he would say, I want you to employ me as your servant. But that's not what happened. He was embraced by the father. The father never wanted to listen for anything. And he embraced him, made sure he has gotten the best clothes. He made a festival for his son who had come back. He was welcomed back. That's how he managed. It's an example of how managing a transition. So it doesn't matter what happens to you, how you manage those transitions. When you decide to change something, for example, you have been struggling with the addiction, drug addiction, when you want to change, Understand that there is what we call the withdrawal syndrome. Map it very well that how you are going to manage the withdrawal syndrome so that you can uh, fight and manage that transition so that you can jump to the other end of the bridge. You will not manage that if you have not planned well. You make a definite that you really want to change, and you have to understand exactly the challenges you are going to get. Yeah, sometimes you want to leave a bad habit, but your friends keep encouraging you back. Maybe you will have to find a way of either standing for them or you need a new company. So if you can do such things, is how you can be able to manage your transition. And when you manage your transition very well, you will thrive and go up. Without managing the transition, it will be futile for you to do anything in life. As Susan Bridges says, the essence of life takes place in the neutral zone phase of the transition. It is in that interim spaciousness that all possibilities, creativities, and innovative ideas can come to life and flourish. So you are not going to, if you don't manage your transition very well. So map out and see where is your transition. I know there are many things you have wanted to change, your attitude and many things. I want you to go back and look at it with the lens of the transition, the bridge transition model. Uh, that's when you will be able to see exactly if there is something you need to change. You can, it can help you change. That transition model can be able to give you a way, map, see where you started and where you fall, what happened at that transition, and then therefore you can be able to conquer whatever you want to do. And I would think you can be able to succeed because there are so many challenges. We go through so many challenges in life, and there is no any other period. We are on transitions. So you have to map it well, and I think that will make you succeed. Uh, Thanks for listening, and I hope this helps you. If it can be of help to you,